I know, right? That's exactly what I said too. Let me call you back. Hey, what are you up to? What's up, Producer Phil? In honor of today's video, I am revisiting Metal Gear Solid. Cool. What's Metal Gear Solid? It's this classic video game from 1998. In my opinion, one of the greatest video games like ever made. Nice. I have to get ready to shoot this video, so here, have at it. Oh, no. I'm okay, really. I wouldn't even know what to do. It's no worries, really. I just started it. Here, I'll leave the controller right here for you. Okay, thanks. Sure, why not? Okay. How hard can it be? He moved the controller. How did he move my controller?
Wait, he's my brother?
That's what I'm talking. Producer Phil. Hey, Director Phil, what's up? How are you? Hey, yeah, we just wrapped. We're all going home. You coming? Geez, you know what? I'll catch up with you guys. Why don't you leave me the keys and I'll lock up tonight. Sure thing. All right, have a good weekend. Have a good weekend. Come on, man, we can do this. Come on.
A couple of days later.
Yo, Producer Phil.
Otacon. Director Phil. What day is it?
It's Monday. Host Phil and the rest of the guys should be here shortly.
Oh, God.
Have you been here the whole weekend playing Metal Gear Solid? Not only did I play Metal Gear, but I also played Metal Gear 2, and I just beat Metal Gear 3 Snake Eater. Holy shit, man. How do you feel? I feel like life isn't just about passing on your genes. We can leave behind more than just DNA. Through speech, music, literature, and movies, what we've seen, heard, felt, anger, joy, and sorrow. These are the things that I will pass on. That's what I live for. Okay, well, I'm gonna go set up the camera, and you should lay down or something. Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, and Director Phil. Yeah, what's up? You're pretty good. Okay, buddy. When it comes to modern gaming, it's no secret that we are living in a digital overload. The prices of games are higher than ever, layoffs are an all-time high, and AI is making its presence known in the gaming world. This is causing a lot of people to take another look at retro gaming. I believe retro gaming is much more than just nostalgia. The aesthetics, the music, and the overall simplicity are just a few things to consider with retro gaming. Lately, my YouTube algorithm has been feeding me videos of people going back to playing older games instead of engaging with the new stuff. And I ask myself, why? Well, that's what I'm gonna dissect in this video, so let's begin. Has modern gaming gotten boring? Has this generation of gaming been lackluster? Have game developers become creatively compromised? Are DLCs the goddamn devil? I'm sure modern games like these bad boys can answer some of those questions, but no, I don't think modern gaming has gotten boring, or I don't think game developers have gotten creatively compromised. But why are a lot of people exploring retro gaming these days? Well, let's take a look at our wallets. Yes, you watching this video, if you can go ahead and drop your credit card info for me, that would be great. Dude, it's no secret that times are tough. Things are expensive as hell. I'm new to YouTube, but I might as well start an OnlyFans too, because it's hard out here for a cat dad. Right, Selena? What do you think about the overpricing of modern gaming? I know. I know, I think so too. With the cost of everything going up, video games are no exception. Just last year, the Nintendo Switch 2 made its debut at $500 with Mario Kart World included. Now in the US, the Switch 2 alone is $450, but Mario Kart stays at $80. Holy shit, man. With Nintendo pulling this absurd move of making their games start off at $80, will the rest of these companies price their games at $80 too? I'm willing to bet my middle finger that Grand Theft Auto 6 will be $100 when it comes out. You just watch. But I am going to need my middle finger to give Rockstar two birds for when they do price GTA 6 at $100. Just kidding, Rockstar. Love you, and I love Red Dead Redemption 2. You all right, boy. And when you buy a new game, it doesn't end there. This is where the wonderful world of DLCs come in. I'm talking about unlockable skins, unlockable characters, unlockable maps, unlockable music. These all cost more money. In the PC world, hardware pricing is also getting wild, but at least you get to customize which hardware you want, and that's just something you don't get with console gaming. But back to Nintendo. Recently, the new Metroid game was released, and there's this controversy. Fans noticed that cruising around the desert with Samus seemed a little off. Well, it was discovered that in order to listen to music in the desert terrain, you'll have to purchase a $30 Samus amiibo, and that's what I call some high-quality paywall bullshit. Metroid 4 is currently at $60, but if you want music, that'll be an additional $30. Brother, you'll be spending $90 on this game, and that is just insane. That kind of rhymed. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 got me once they released the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle skins, and they were $20 a pop, and I totally fell for it. But at least I got to kill bad guys as Donatello. That was pretty sick. 2026 will mark the 6th year of the PS5. Regardless of how you feel about this generation of PlayStation, I'm not sure when, but we can expect to begin hearing talks about the PS6. And I can only imagine how much that's gonna cost when that information gets shared to the public. What all this is telling me is that I just need to explore more indie games. I need to get into indie gaming, because indie games, I hear that's where it's at. The cost of modern gaming is at an all-time high, and it's hurting the wallets of the average consumer. If this trend continues, then people will get turned off by this expensive hobby and might look at previous generations of gaming. We just discussed how modern gaming is getting too expensive. Not only that, but modern gaming can be a little too much for a lot of people. Don't get me wrong, I love the storytelling and the intricate side missions that we've been seeing with a lot of these AAA games, but I also miss a time where video games used to be simple. Remember when you would beat a video game and the credits would just roll? You would beat the game and that's it. No unlockable side missions, no need to pay more money to play more of the game. Nope. The credits would just roll and they would tell you something like, "Yay, congratulations, you beat the game, all right, woo." When going on family trips, I used to take my Game Boy Advance with me as I rode in the back seat. The feeling of playing and defeating a video game while on a road trip with your family was amazing. Looking back, I probably should have been a better son and engaged more with my family during those road trips instead of being locked in on Dragon Ball Z, The Legacy of Goku. When I got my PS5, the first game I got was Spider-Man 2, and I fucking loved it. The storytelling and the gameplay was a lot of fun. Dude, there was even a part where you got to play as Mary Jane. But what I hated from Spider-Man 2 was the goddamn minigames. Just stop with the minigames. Not every AAA game needs to have a fucking minigame. Anyways, let's talk about graphics. This might be a hot take, I don't know, but these days, I believe that graphics are just not as important as they used to be. I appreciate the look and realism we see with games like The Last of Us, Spider-Man 2, and the new Resident Evil games. But not everything needs to be in super bombastic, extra high-res, ultra HD, super duper 4K high quality. The art direction in games from the 90s and the 2000s gave the games more heart, creativity, and identity. Some of these games look silly, and I appreciate that. Look at Kingdom Hearts. Just look how goofy, yes, this goofy too, everything looks. I see stuff like this and it tells me that studios used to take more risks back then. The fact that they crossed Disney characters with Final Fantasy characters still baffles me to this day. Older games were limited with budgets and the technology that was around at that time. But when game developers from back then were limited, that's when the creative juices really started to flow. Not every video game needs to have a $100 million budget. I'm not sure what the budget for High on Life was, but man, that video game knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Just look at this. Look how silly this is. And this game is pretty new. It came out in 2022. There are still some amazing new games out there, but I see games like this, and I grow to appreciate them even more. I appreciate the odd shapes, the saturated coloring, and just the overall creativity in these classic games. I wish new video games focused less on everything needing to be cinematic and focus more on taking risks. Modern game developers, take some more goddamn risks. Let me know if you recognize this sound. Don't you just love it? I'm making a wild prediction. I predict that 2026 will be the biggest year for retro gaming. I'm not just talking about millennials like me. I'm talking about younger people, older people, and people who don't even play that much video games. And I think a lot of that will have to do with nostalgia. Yes, I believe that nostalgia gets weaponized in every medium these days. These companies do capitalize on our nostalgia. I see it a lot in movies, and I'm seeing it a lot in video games too. I'm seeing a lot of classic video games getting remade. Right now, I'm playing the Snake Eater remake, and you know what? It rules. Some remakes can be fun, but what about finding your old Sega Genesis or PlayStation 2 and booting it for the first time in 10 years? Or what about going to a flea market and you find a copy of that Dexter's Laboratory video game you used to play? Or what if you're just on the PlayStation Store and you find a good deal on a classic video game for you to download? It's no secret that a lot of these companies sprinkle a little bit of that nostalgia to hook people into purchasing their latest video game. I loved Metroid Dread because the side-scrolling gameplay took me back to when I used to play Metroid on the Super Nintendo. And speaking of Nintendo, I read that sales for the 3DS are going up. That means a lot of people are revisiting the Nintendo 3DS. And that's good because the 3DS was a great handheld and I miss it. Shit, now I regret selling mine years ago because now I want one. How much are they going for these days? Let's try to get one. Look, call me lame, but I like nostalgia. I like to go back to a time, to a feeling that I haven't experienced in a long time, or to a time that I've completely forgotten about. I'm just curious what nostalgia will look like for a teenager today. Like 20 years from now, will they get nostalgic about Roblox and Fortnite? That should be very interesting. I like to revisit a game that I used to play in my childhood. Right now, I'm revisiting Kingdom Hearts, and the graphics, the music, the gameplay, it's all taking me back to a time where I didn't have to worry about rent, or bills, or jobs. I like to use nostalgia in video games as a way to escape the current climate of this crazy world. In other words, retro gaming can be the cure to modern absurdity. I know it sounds like I've been talking shit on modern gaming this entire video, but I'm not. I love playing online with friends. From Smash Brothers to Helldivers 2 to Repo, online gaming with friends is always alright with me. And I hear great things about games like Elden Ring, Baldur's Gate, and Ghost of Yotei. I have not played those games, but I will do my best to get into them this year. But going back to revisiting older video games can give a person a chance to relive stories that don't require much time and money. Some people put in over 300 hours into a video game, and not all of us have that kind of time. That's fucking wild. Retro gaming as a whole is a big world. From repurchasing a classic console, to downloading emulators, to original stories, to movie tie-ins, every year, more and more people are exploring the world of retro gaming, from the PS3 to the PSP, to the Game Boy, to the Nintendo 64, to the Sega Genesis, to the Atari. With everything that we've talked about in this video, more people are getting into retro gaming. And to that, I say hell yeah! And if you prefer modern gaming over playing the classics, that's okay too. As long as we're all playing video games, we're all gonna be okay. Sometimes we need video games to escape. To close this video out, I want to announce that I've started a Discord server. Throw some video game recommendations on there and I'll check them out. Like I said, I have plenty of other games I gotta play, like Baldur's Gate and Elden Ring. I'll drop a hot link to the Discord server into the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.